Sea turtles are some of the most ancient and captivating creatures inhabiting the world's oceans. Known for their incredible migratory journeys and their ancient lineage, sea turtles have existed for over 100 million years, making them one of the oldest groups of reptiles on Earth. With their long lives, remarkable adaptations to marine life, and unique life history strategies, sea turtles represent the mysteries of the ocean and the challenges of surviving in a rapidly changing world. There are 7 recognized species of sea turtles, each with its own distinctive characteristics, habits, and ecological role in marine ecosystems. The green sea turtle, Chelonia midas, loggerhead sea turtle, Caretta caretta, hawksbill sea turtle, Eretmocles imbricata, leatherback sea turtle, Dermocheles coriacea, Kemp's ridley sea turtle, Lepidocles kempii, olive ridley sea turtle, Lepidocles olivacea, and flatback sea turtle, Natator depressus, all inhabit different parts of the globe, and their populations are vital to the health of marine environments. Sea turtles are distinguished by their large, hard shells, which provide protection from predators and environmental hazards. Unlike freshwater turtles, sea turtles spend the majority of their lives in the ocean, only coming ashore to lay their eggs. Their shells are adapted to streamline their bodies for efficient swimming in the ocean, with the carapace, the upper part of the shell, being flatter and more hydrodynamic than that of most other turtles. Their flippers, which are adapted for swimming, are long and paddle-shaped, enabling them to travel long distances with relative ease. These adaptations make sea turtles some of the most effective swimmers in the animal kingdom. Leatherbacks, the largest species, can grow to over 6 feet in length and weigh up to 2,000 pounds, while smaller species, like the Kemp's ridley, may only reach around 2 feet in length and weigh under 100 pounds. Despite their differences in size, all sea turtles share similar features, including their hard, protective shells, a beak-like mouth, and a keen sense of direction that helps them navigate the vast oceans. One of the most fascinating aspects of sea turtles is their incredible migratory behavior. Sea turtles are known to travel vast distances across the oceans, often between feeding and nesting sites that can be thousands of miles apart. Some species, like the leatherback, migrate across entire ocean basins, from the cold waters of the northern Atlantic to the warmer waters near the equator. They do so with a remarkable sense of navigation that scientists are still working to fully understand. Sea turtles use a variety of environmental cues to find their way, including the Earth's magnetic fields, the position of the sun, and even the patterns of ocean currents. This ability to navigate such long distances is vital to their survival, as it allows them to access the rich feeding grounds they need to maintain their energy levels and health. Their migratory routes can span entire oceanic regions, and their life cycles are deeply tied to specific geographic areas, from hatching on sandy beaches to growing up in distant, expansive feeding areas, and eventually returning to the shores where they were born to reproduce. The life cycle of a sea turtle is a remarkable story of survival and endurance. The journey begins when a female turtle returns to the beach where she was born to lay her eggs. This return to natal beaches is known as natal homing and is a key feature of sea turtle biology. During nesting season, a female turtle crawls ashore, often under the cover of night, to dig a nest in the sand using her powerful rear flippers. She then deposits a clutch of eggs, which can number anywhere from 50 to 200, depending on the species. After laying her eggs, the female covers the nest and returns to the sea, leaving the eggs to incubate in the warm sand. The incubation period typically lasts between 45 to 70 days, depending on the species and environmental conditions. After hatching, the tiny sea turtle hatchlings must make their way to the ocean, often facing numerous dangers along the way, including predators such as birds, crabs, and other marine animals. Only a small percentage of hatchlings survive to adulthood, as the odds are stacked against them from the moment they emerge from the sand. Those that do survive face a life full of challenges, from the dangers of predation to the changing environmental conditions of the oceans. For most of their lives, sea turtles spend the majority of their time in the open ocean. As juveniles, they often live in the lost years of sea turtles, a period during which they remain largely mysterious to scientists. During this time, they are known to inhabit the ocean's surface waters, often in floating mats of seaweed where they find food and shelter. The transition from hatchling to juvenile is marked by a series of migrations to different oceanic areas, where the turtles grow, feed, and eventually reach sexual maturity. This process can take several decades, with different species reaching adulthood at varying ages. Green sea turtles, for example, may reach sexual maturity at around 20 to 50 years of age, while loggerheads tend to mature around 30 to 35 years old. These long periods of growth and development are critical for the turtles, as they need to reach a sufficient size to survive in the ocean and to reproduce successfully. Sea turtles are omnivorous, with their diets varying depending on the species and their developmental stages. Green sea turtles are known for being primarily herbivorous, feeding on seagrasses and algae, while species like the leatherback are primarily jellyfish eaters. Leatherbacks have a unique adaptation that allows them to dive to extreme depths to hunt jellyfish, even at depths where the water pressure would be lethal to other creatures. Despite their adaptations, sea turtles face numerous threats in today's world. Human activities are the primary cause of population declines across all sea turtle species. Habitat destruction, particularly the loss of nesting beaches due to coastal development, is a significant threat. Many of the world's beaches, where sea turtles come ashore to lay their eggs, are increasingly being affected by urbanization, tourism, and industrial development, leaving fewer safe spaces for turtles to nest. Light pollution is another growing concern, as artificial lights disorient hatchlings, leading them away from the ocean and toward dangerous areas. Pollution, particularly plastic waste, poses another deadly risk to sea turtles. Sea turtles are known to mistake plastic bags and other debris for food, which they ingest, leading to internal injuries, malnutrition, and often death. Entanglement in fishing gear is another major threat, as sea turtles are accidentally caught in nets, lines, and traps. Overfishing and the depletion of prey species also affect sea turtles, as they struggle to find enough food in an increasingly overexploited ocean. Climate change further complicates matters, as rising temperatures affect the sex ratio of sea turtle hatchlings. Since the sex of a sea turtle is determined by the temperature at which the eggs incubate, higher temperatures may lead to skewed sex ratios, with more females being born than males, which could affect future reproduction. Sea turtles are also vulnerable to the effects of rising sea levels, which threaten their nesting beaches and the availability of suitable habitat. Despite these challenges, efforts to protect sea turtles and their habitats are ongoing. Conservation programs focused on protecting nesting beaches, reducing bycatch in fishing operations, and mitigating the impacts of plastic pollution are critical in helping to safeguard sea turtle populations. Many countries have implemented legal protections for sea turtles, and international agreements, such as the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, CITES, help to regulate trade and protect sea turtles from exploitation. In addition, local communities and conservation organizations play a vital role in protecting sea turtle populations. Beach patrols, nesting site restoration, and public education efforts are all essential components of sea turtle conservation strategies. Hatcheries and safe nesting programs are also increasingly being used to boost the survival rates of hatchlings and to safeguard vulnerable nesting sites from human disturbance and predators. In conclusion, sea turtles are not only remarkable animals but also vital components of marine ecosystems. They are integral to the health of the oceans, from their role in maintaining the balance of marine food webs to their impact on the physical environment, such as the management of seagrass beds. However, sea turtles are facing unprecedented threats, and their continued survival depends on our ability to address these challenges. With concerted efforts from governments, scientists, conservationists, and local communities, there is hope that we can protect these ancient mariners and ensure that future generations can continue to marvel at their incredible migrations and remarkable lives. The survival of sea turtles is not just a matter of protecting a single species but is also a reflection of the health of our oceans and the environment as a whole.